an all stages run where you get to skip a lot of the levels, but a lot of the skips are very hard. But you got to play the levels here, but a lot of the platforms in all stages. What would you all say? You get to skip a lot of the levels, but a lot of the skips are very hard.
I would say that all stages might be an easier category to start with because you don't have to do the frame perfect tricks, and it's a shorter length, so you can, you're skipping auto scrollers, you're using warp barrels, and not having to do some of the harder sections that you do in this category. And then when you want, you can just put in those frame perfect tricks. So I would say it's more user friendly for sure.
So if someone comes into my stream and asks, would you recommend this category to start with, or what's the most beginner friendly category? I've never ever recommended this category to begin with. I've always said either all stages or NMG. I would consider this more of like closer to an advanced category, a category that I think if you've played the game for like a year or so, you can take it up. But I don't see this as a beginner friendly category because you have to play all the stages that you normally skip. It is a longer category. It is much harder than all stages, and personally, I think it takes a longer grind to get good at. So I would say this is not at all a beginner-friendly category. Not the hardest category, but definitely not the easiest or beginner-friendly.
So let's segue then into my next question about, again, it feels like about half this game is stuff that we got to showcase on the GDQ stage with this race for the first time, like chunks of levels, whole levels sometimes, new tricks, new strategies that have been found. What was the hardest part for each of you building up to this race that you were most nervous about nailing in front of the live audience?
Definitely the section in Poison Pond that you normally skip.
Oh God,
that is terrible. I wish we didn't do that. And Platform Perils. Platform Perils is the hardest stage in the game by far. And as you saw, I died right at the very end. It's brutal. You don't get the halfway point. It's awful. The end of the run, you're super nervous. It's a very hard stage to nail when you're under pressure like that.
We talked about that a little bit afterwards. You almost pulled off an absolutely legendary backup right there, trying to damage this with Diddy. I appreciate the try. DLB, I want to kick it over to you though as well for what was the part you were most nervous about building up to it?
All of World 5 and 6, because I would say that's my weakest point in the run, and specifically my weakest level is ODA, which is the first stage in World 5. I was also nervous about, I don't know if the commentators, how much they talked about it, but there's new tech in Frenzy, which is the third stage in World 3, and it's where you jump over all of the birds. And if you miss a bird and you fall, it's a huge time loss. And this was just a strat that was found, I think on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it looked terrifying. Our boys Silent Wolf and Voy, they were on top of it. They were doing some good commentary there. Let us know about it. I said, that just looks terrifying. That is so much time loss. You just whiff on a bird there. So
yeah, I was very nervous going for it.
Awesome. Now, one more question before I let you boys get going for the day. Future projects after agdq. Ethan, you've worked on a ton of different Super Nintendo speedruns, including the DKC series. DLB, you've worked on stuff like DKC 1 and 2, Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2, and the greatest monkey-based speedrun out there, GoldenEye 007 Agent Mode earlier this year. What are future projects we can expect out of both you going forward for 2021?
I'm probably going to continue with this category for a bit, especially with the new tech that was found. I'd like to get the world record back. That would be pretty cool. I don't know how long I'm going to grind this for. And probably going to learn the DKC2 ROM hack unveiled that Void is showcasing, because that looks really fun. So I'm going to keep your eye out for those two things. That's what I'll be working on.
That's awesome. DLB?
So I had talked about learning DKC3 after GDQ and then doing trilogy runs in March or so. But I think I'm going to continue with this category for a little bit more, just like Ethan said. And I also had thoughts of maybe learning SMB1 and some other unique stuff. SMB1, I wanted to learn Contra as well, maybe Super Mario 64. I kind of want to get a little bit more diverse other than Donkey this year. I mean, who knows if I take it up or not, but that's what I at least want to do.
I feel like every speedrunner says this about, I want to learn this, I want to learn that. There's just a smorgasbord of runs out there. We'll see what actually happens. But
Too
definitely
many
looking
games,
forward.
too little time.
Right. Definitely looking forward to both of your streams in the future. Guys, we got a lot of great incentives and stuff coming up down the pipeline, including Mega Man X5 coming up just a few runs from now. We need to upgrade that to all stages. Luis Miguel, one of the greatest speedrunners in the world and a standout of the Mega Man X series. We need a little over $4,000 right now to get that to all stages. You want to see that. He's a legend. We're going to kick it back up to the front for more runs here at AGDQ 2021. Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks.
Hello, AGDQ. I hope all of you have had a great start to the new year. My name is Oscar424, and I'll be with you for the next pair of runs this AGDQ 2021 online, powered by Twitch. So let's start off with some donations, shall we? We have a $50 donation from Haggis Lord, and they say, finally a new GDQ. I wish all the runners the best, and a big thanks to the whole staff. We also have a $25 donation from Cyberbox X. They say, I'm so happy for AGDQ 2021 having started. It has started off great. Looking forward to the whole week of runs. Putting this towards upgrading Mega Man X5 to all stages. And again, we are getting so close to getting that upgrade to Mega Man X5 all stages. We are over halfway there, and I know all of you can do that. Speaking of which, we have a $100 donation from Bard621. And oh, I see the trend coming up saying I'm donating $100 just because this is such a worthy cause and I want to see all the stages for X5. Thank you for your super generous donations. But with that, we are going to be tuning into the next run, which is Just Cause 3, the Sky Fortress DLC run from PMC Trilogy. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Hey folks, I'm PMC Trilogy. I'm going to be doing a speedrun of Just Cause 3 Sky Fortress for you. I have with me on my virtual couch, KZ Fru.
Hey, what's going on?
And Brian Otto.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
And let's get this started, because this is going to start off with an auto-scroller. So the way this is going to work is that time is going to start when the HUD appears on the screen. So there's going to be about, I'm going to hit skip here, there's going to be about 4 seconds. As soon as you see the crosshair appear, that's the start of time. And time. All right, so this is about 1 minute 15 seconds, but it gives me a chance to explain what's going on with the category. The category is Just Cause 3 Sky Fortress. So we are starting from new game of the base game, and then we are going to go through as much of the game as we need to unlock the Sky Fortress DLC missions. And then we're going to complete the Sky Fortress DLC missions. There's not really too much to do here. You can shoot SAM sites, you need to do that. We're going to be destroying this base later, but you can't actually destroy it right now, sadly.
Imagine if you could. Oh man.
No, that would be
so cool.
It would be really cool. It would be, I mean, it would be kind of stressful. I don't know. I kind of enjoy, having a chance to relax, but
is it possible to fall off the plane? Because this is...
No.
Okay. I was going to say,
Yeah.
You're like standing at the edge, and I'm like,
No, you can like walk around. You can go like to the edge of the wings and stuff, but you cannot get off. I've tried. I've tried blowing up the plane too. So you only
exhaust
die
all
if you,
possibilities.
Yeah, believe me. One thing you can do here though is you can try and destroy this tree down here, which will be important for reasons in like 20 seconds. But yeah, so we get thrown off. Just Cause 3, a lot of the stuff I'm going to do in this game is going to be kind of obvious in terms of like using tethers and things. A thing that's not so obvious that I want to point out to everyone is that Rico, when he's on foot, has a lot of different states. And what I mean by that is that depending on whether you're in a parachute or you're reeling in because you've tethered something, or some other cases like the wingsuit, which we'll get later, those things are going to affect our options for how we can transition to other states. I should also mention that you might have looked on the schedule and thought to yourself, wow, there's no Mario games the first day of the schedule, but good news. We found Mario. He's right here in this truck, and I'm going to drive him to the next location.
Come on.
It's a him, Mario. All right, right here. Get in.
He's got a hot new rod. Oh, it's not, he traded in Yoshi for this pickup.
This is pretty much the one time in the game we're going to be driving. There's not really, there is a full array of vehicles in this game. And right now the game is very strict about where we're going. So even if I tried to leave here, there's like an 8-second timer. I'm going to go for a little swag jump here. Probably not going to save time, but I could embarrass myself. Ooh, no. Actually, perfect. All right.
Hey, very nice.
Oh, no, there we go. I swung out.
No. There you see, just a little wall ride there.
Just a little drifting for funsies. But we're going to start off here with a few tutorial missions that will tell us everything we need to know about the game and slowly unlock our abilities. Like, for example, when I was free falling, which is one of the states that you can be in, I didn't actually get the option to grapple until I was very close to the ground. And so that's why you saw me parachute as close to the ground as I could before moving. We'll also have a few sequences here where we're going to be taking care of waves of enemies, and this is our first one. We're going to get in this tank. Again, the game is very strict about sequences, so
I don't know if you realize how ridiculous what you just did was, because you've probably played so much of this game that you're numb to it, but you did, in fact, just leave Mario in the passenger seat of a moving vehicle.
Mario's fine. He's right there. Don't worry about it. He's okay. I've been speedrunning this game since January 2016, and it's really hard for me to get a sense of like what's normal.
That's why I'm here. Is sanity check. That's not normal.
When you're using grappling hooks all the time, you have to understand that you're pretty much always reeling from everything.
Get prepared for a lot more of that, ladies and gents. This the three of us here reminds me of GDQX 2019. Grumpy old men sitting in the GDQ audience. Getting mad about shout-outs to Simple Flips jokes.
Nigger. Yeah. Such a good time. I'm ready for that as soon as we can. Once again, yeah.
Nigger.
All right, an important lesson here, and I know this looks strange, all right? I've played this game a lot, but I know this one looks strange. And when you're flying a helicopter and trying to get lateral movement, it is way faster, about 30% faster to fly sideways like this. So if you look at the odometer, you'll notice I'm getting about a 30% speed increase. It's a little unwieldy to control because I'm pressing down a bunch of inputs at the same time to make the helicopter freak out. But it works. It works.
That's nice. I speedrun GTA, and it would be so nice to have a speedometer. It would. For some reason, they just haven't implemented this yet.
I'm sure they'll figure. I mean,
head of the curve.
Just cause.
No, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't making a just cause joke. No, I was not doing that. I was not, man.
All right. Well, let me do this now while we're here.
Good.
Hey, Brian Otto. Do you know why I picked up speedrunning this game?
Why?
Just cause.
Okay.
All right. Good. I was actually I was hoping to get one in before the donation comments, but I'm pretty sure the donation comment before we went live.
That was like the one right before, yeah.
Yeah, it was the one right before, so I was already sabotaged from the start. There was no chance.
This was the game that got you into speedrunning, right? This one?
Yes, that's correct. Cool. I had watched speedruns for years and thought like, oh, I can't do that. And then I played Just Cause 3 and I enjoyed it so much. I said, let me try and speedrun this. All right, but we've been using Just Cause 2 equipment this whole time, which means that it is in fact time for an upgrade. If you've only played Just Cause 2 and never got around to playing 3, one of the things that's really neat about this game is not just the wingsuit, but also your tethers can self-retract, which is going to be useful when we get to the top of this hill. Because if you play Just Cause 2, you're probably familiar with this kind of movement where you're reeling in, parachute, reel in, rinse, repeat. And this is cool. Like I had a lot of fun.
It looks
playing
awesome.
Just Cause.
Yeah, this is great.
But we can do better. We can improve that. First off, the game wants us to learn about retractable tethers. So we're going to destroy this base in 4 tethers, including that one on the fence. we're gonna have to take the fuel tanks out that, and then we have all these explosive containers that we're going to use to get all these. Grab that, and there you go. Voila. The base is gone.
That was awesome.
Don't worry about the debris. It's fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Sometimes, look, I'm going to be honest about this, okay, folks? At least once in this run, I'll probably get killed by flying debris. It's going to happen. It's going to shoot out at me by surprise, and I'll be wingsuiting like this, which is one of the other new things for Just Cause 3. And it'll kill me. It's just going to happen. So a thing about wingsuiting, if you wingsuit close to the ground, you go faster. So
That's cool.
You'll often see me trying to stay close to the ground. You do not actually need to plant the C4 on both sides of the bridge here. You can just plant it on one side. Game says good enough. There's still bombs. So now what's going to happen is we're going to wait for this convoy to get underneath us. And we're supposed to be, destroying the convoy and waiting on the overlook and watching it. But cool guys don't look at explosions. The way Just Cause 3 keeps you on track is these timers, these little timers. But if your objective comes due, like that, see ya, you can kind of go to where you need to go next. And what the game wants us to do next is deal with some SAM sites. It wants us to learn how to hack SAM sites, which you can use to attack enemy helicopters. But we know where the enemy helicopters are going to spawn. They're right there. Thank you.
That was so sick.
Yeah, so we're just going to hijack it. And good news is that we can actually destroy the other helicopters, and that'll be... Ooh, wow. That was North American aim right there. And destroy these and move on with our objective. And so now this helicopter is my new friend. I'm going to try and babysit this helicopter for like the next 12 minutes. We're going to see how that goes. These helicopters are made of paper mache. What's
the helicopter's name?
The helicopter is called a Navajo, not to be confused with an Apache, please. I don't know why you would draw that connection. All right, so that was the end of the second mission.
I saw the letters MAF on the side, and that's its name for me now.
Yeah, that's kind of like where my eyes went to, MAF.
Yeah, I saw.
I thought MAF was forbidden.
I get it.
Wait, I don't
it's
get
a
it.
math joke. It's
okay.
like numbers.
Okay.
Casey Frew is afraid of math.
Yeah, you don't do math on stream, man, because you take like 1 iota too long and people laugh at you.
It's true. When Spike was teaching me Picross or Picross, however you pronounce it, on stream, that was my worst nightmare because I cannot do math.
So we need to do some liberations, and as we all know, the best way to liberate is to destroy. And good news. This is okay. So this is GDQ luck right here. There is a tutorial that has a random chance to happen. I've been practicing this game for weeks, and it has not happened. But here we are. This was actually added later in a patch, and for some reason has happened right now. Has not happened for weeks. I don't know why. But anyway, cool. So what we need to do now is we need to do some liberations. And what that means is that we're just going to blow stuff up. A note about grappling here. The game never really tells you this, but you can cancel your grapples, which is really useful. The reason why it's so useful is that you have less landing animation when you drop down with what's called a controlled fall state. So if I cancel my grapple, I enter a controlled fall briefly, which is super great because it allows me to interact with things pretty much immediately. It allows me to just deal with less animations. Whereas if you actually stuck with the full animation of the grappling, you would be watching Rico do this little animation where he like hits the ground and runs around and stuff. So what you're going to see me do is just try to avoid that as much as possible. Oh, that's debris. All right, we're fine. Okay. Nope. Joke's on me.
No.
All right. Well, wait.
no.
This is
I need to live.
real out of hands.
All right. No. Good news. We found a new helicopter.
Okay.
We're okay.
It's okay.
Run saved.
PMC exists in chaos. He's used to it.
Yeah, this is unavoidable.
Math 2, son of Math.
Yeah.
Math 2. Math Junior.
As you can see, there was an example of the kind of animation I'm trying to avoid. Whereas if I do like this, I'm pretty much landing right away and I can get over to it. So that's kind of one of the more subtle things that you'll see happen. Whenever you see Rico's feet slide as he's getting into a vehicle or like pressing a button, That's an example of canceling grappling working out for you.
But you're
so now
it's
we
like
just
an
have to-
example of being cool.
It is an example of being cool. I also do it to look cool, which is honestly more important than technical explanations.
Yeah, it's got to look cool. Like that's something I've come to a conclusion as well. It's like when I'm speedrunning, it's got to look cool.
All right, so that was our first example of liberating a military base. In this tutorial portion of the game, I also need to liberate a town, which is going to be somewhat similar. It's going to involve some blowing some stuff up, but we're also going to have to deal with a DRM police station, which will be a little different because we have to cause havoc. But the good news is that we have a helicopter that shoots infinite missiles, which is quite useful for causing as much havoc as we need.
Is there ever a time when your ammunition is